Hey guys, welcome to another house building video in The Sims 4. This house is called, I think, Cozy Cottage. I originally built it as a house designed for like elders in the game. And I wanted it to be kind of like a normal house originally, like not too fancy, just kind of like a normal like old person's house. But when I went in to actually furnish it, I found that there wasn't really the furniture in the game that I had in mind. I think I was thinking of lounges that looked really comfortable, really kind of like country style sort of a thing, which there wasn't really what I wanted in the catalog. So I adjusted my plan a little bit, and so it's turned out to be quite a fancy house on the inside. It's like furnished really nicely, and the furniture is all sort of that there's a style of furniture in the game where the furniture is all quite sort of fancy and kind of old-fashioned looking. And I think it turns out pretty cute in the end. I experimented a little bit with the windows in this house, which I never do. I always just use like the same windows for the whole entire house. But this one was different. Like I used different windows on the sides of the house to the front of the house, and that's a big thing. I wanted to use the curved deck originally. I built this house at least 3 months ago, so I can't actually remember what it looks like at the end. So it'll be as new to me as it is to you watching it right now. I decided pretty early on that I wanted to use the doors and windows and fences and stuff that had this blue sort of accent. Because I thought, it looked sort of cottagey and it was really cute and nice. And so that was fun to use those. And I also used all the fencing and like the columns, and then those thingies that go like under the columns, across the columns, those things. I don't know. I use those as well, which I don't use a lot because I tend to sort of build, particularly lately I've been doing a lot of building in Newcrest, and the houses I've been building in Newcrest have been sort of not super modern, but sort of just like traditional family homes, because that was sort of the look I wanted to go with the neighborhood. So stuff like this where it's sort of like a little bit different, I hadn't done for a while, and columns particularly I don't use very much because often I forget, or they also annoy me quite a bit, so I sort of choose to not use them. This was definitely always going to be a one-story house, particularly because I designed it with elder Sims in mind, and stairs are not so great for elder Sims. So I'm fiddling with the roofing now. I'm really happy with how this house turned out, even though it didn't turn out anywhere near like what I had been originally imagining when I started. I'm definitely super happy with how it turns out in the end. Still fiddling with the roofs. And now the wallpapering the outside. I honestly can't remember what it ends up looking like. I think that's around what it ends up looking like. I really like all those fences and the windows and the doors just with the blue sort of, they're not all blue, the windows sort of are, but the fences and that are like mostly white, and they've just got those blue little accents, and I think it looks really pretty. This house was kind of tricky I made it hard for myself, in terms of the floor plan is a little bit random. I sort of had in mind, I wanted it to be cozy, and so I wanted it to feel sort of quite small, and like warm. So, I did that, but it meant that there were all of these funny little spaces in all of the rooms that I had to sort of work out what to do with them. So I've edited a bit out there, of just fiddling around with the floor plan because that's just a bit boring. Putting a chimney on. I love all the roof and wall accents that come with this game. I often forget to use them, but I do really like to use them. And I also used the roof trim, which I also often forget. And I'm like, why do my roofs look so, like, weird? It's because you haven't put a trim on there. Little bit of landscaping. I don't think I do all of the landscaping now. Maybe I do. Like I said, I can't really remember. There's that annoying thing that happens where if you've got the house on a foundation and you're trying to put a garden in, like, right up against the house, where the game, like, tries to put it up on the level of the foundation. Annoying. So I sort of had the idea of this being a really big garden that sort of wraps right around the house, and a big space at the back. I put a few things in the house, a few toys and stuff. I imagine for the grandchildren of these people. And then the garden, I sort of didn't want it to be really kind of manicured and, like, all perfectly in lines and things. I wanted to use sort of like the untrimmed looking flowers and bushes and things, and have them not be, like, really perfect. So yeah, I'm really happy with how the landscaping turned out. I did do this little garden bed out the back. And I actually really liked using that little wall there. I thought that was fun. So I did that. Maybe I do all the landscaping now. I honestly did not think that I did, but apparently maybe I do. Just putting more flowers in. I really like those ones that are, they're long. They take up like 3 spaces along. And you can change the colours of them and stuff. I think they're really cool. I use them a lot. I was trying there to size up the sunflowers, but they looked, like, freakishly enormous, so I just didn't do that. This house is available for download on the gallery. It's actually my most downloaded house that I've got up there. So the link for that will be down below. Putting in a little tree. I love that. I think it's an oak tree. I don't know. I love it. Yep, so you can download this house, and the only thing is that when you do download it, or at least last time I tried to download it into the game, a lot of the plants disappeared because I used move objects to put the plants in there so that they were all, like, kind of looking not quite overgrown, but, like, not really perfectly, they were all mushed in there together, sort of. And so then when I downloaded it, because I used move objects on, some of them, like, disappeared. But you can just put move object back on and put some random flowers back in there. I did put that those monkey bars in there as well, for the grandkids, and some planter pot things, and the hose. So now I'll be doing a little teeny outdoor area for, like, when they have the family over. I really like so I think I probably built this before the patio stuff pack. That's how old this video is. I think I built it then before the patio stuff pack came out. That is my phone. So, but I really like even the base game, outdoor furniture stuff. I think even the base game stuff is really nice and really versatile. Like, there's a lot of different colors, and yeah, it's really cool. So yeah, fiddling with the chairs. Not sure what I end up with. Can't remember. Yeah, I wanted to take my time on the landscape, on the outdoor of this house, because that was my original idea, was sort of for it to be like a cottage with a nice cottage garden. That was sort of the inspiration behind it. So, yep. Putting in those gardening tool clutter items there. I often do that, where I put in a little table and then put them on there, because I feel like you wouldn't kind of leave them lying around. I don't know. Doing the front there, I put a little gnome out there. Wow. Yep, doing the outdoor lighting, because, you don't want the elder Sims, like tripping over in the dark if they go out to sit under that tree or something. I don't know. Yeah, and then I put that little oil lamp there. I like that little area, it's cute. Thinking back, I don't think I put a chess table in this house. That would have gone really well outside. Don't know why I didn't do that. A little esky, or I don't know what you call it, a cooler thing. Okay, so we're going to be doing the interior now. And I use the wallpaper a lot, and it was kind of the first time that I'd really looked at all the wallpapers. I don't often use them, so that was fun to sort of play around with them and the different colours. And yeah, so I wanted it to look very sort of comfortable and quite old-fashioned, and yeah, I'm really happy with how it turned out. So my Newcrest series, I will be putting the videos together for that soon. I'm not quite finished all the building, so I've done, I think, 2 out of the 3 sort of little neighborhoody zones in the world of Newcrest. So, and then in one of the other ones, I've done like 2 or 3 out of the 5 lots. So I've got, I think, 7 community lots. So I've got 5 community lots in that area, on sort of the right-hand side of Newcrest, where it's all in a line. So I've made that sort of a shopping district, and I've done some cool get-to-work builds in that area. So I did like a little mall, sort of arcadey type thing. I did a boutique that had a patisserie attached, and then I did a library, a gym, and something else I can't remember. What was that other building? No idea, but there's another one. What was it? That's gonna bug me so much now. And I can't even look. I'd have to open up the game, and like it would, I feel like Premiere Pro would freak out if I did that. Here I am still fiddling with the furniture because I didn't want to use, I originally was unhappy about having to use all this fancy furniture. I felt like it wasn't what I wanted, but I do eventually get over it. Yep, so the Newcrest series will be coming out soon, and I'm excited about starting to upload those videos. So, I said in my previous video, which was a room build, that I was going to, my Newcrest builds were not up on the gallery yet, because they're not, and I'm going to upload each house and the family that belongs in that house, once I have done the videos for them. So I'll do the video, I'll upload the video, and then I'll put the house up on the gallery at the same time, so you can see the video, and then you can go to the gallery and download it. So that is fun. Yeah, and I'm really happy with all of the builds I've done. I've done some, like, it's sort of a suburban-y sort of look, which is what I wanted for the world, but I've done some interesting things with the houses and tried out some new stuff that I haven't done before. I don't use a lot of move objects when I'm building, because, I don't know if I've said this before, but if I do use them, I forget that I've got move objects on, and so then I put things where they can't be used by the sim. And then when I go into play, I'm like, why can't it use this thing? That's so stupid and annoying. And then I realized that it was my own fault. So I try to not use it too much, because I pretty much only use it in the garden, because otherwise I just forget that I've got it on and put things where they shouldn't be. And then it's just easier if I do it this way. So, yep. So I decided this little weird room at the front of the house was originally going to be a lounge room, I think. But I kind of shuffled it all around so that it was this funny little entryway kind of area where, you know, your Sims can sit on that little lounge, and, I don't know, do what they want to do. And then there's sort of doors going off into all the other rooms. So there's an archway into the kitchen. Oh, I've got a yawn. Oh. there's an archway into the kitchen, and then a door into the bedroom, which is that room at the front there, and a doorway into the lounge room, which is at the back of the house. There's an ensuite bathroom off the bedroom, I think, unless I take it out. Right now there's an ensuite bathroom off the bedroom, and there's also like a main bathroom in the living room there. So doing some more fiddling around. I was also, there goes the ensuite. I was also playing with the lighting because I really like those big ceiling lights that I've got in that front room there. It's got a few different colours. I don't know, they're kind of cool. Having a window issue. So I really like those windows that are 3 across that I've used on the sides of the house there. But I wish there was one that was 1 across, because it's just a bit... 3's like, oh, I've got another yawn. Oh my goodness. Sorry about that. I'll have a drink of water. So we're doing the bedroom now. Put that fancy bed in. I'm gonna be real. I have no clue how much this house costs. I can probably look that up without my computer having a panic attack. It does do that. But I think because I've used sort of the that sort of high-end, old-fashioned, fancy sort of furniture, I think it is quite an expensive house, even though it's quite small. Also because of the landscaping, I guess. Oh. So, yeah. Putting in those lights, which I had, and I think this probably was a good thing for me to do, because I hardly ever use any of this stuff in my houses, because, I mean, I think that you're sort of likely to build to your own taste. So I think you build things that you like, because, like, I don't know, that's just what you do. So I feel like because I wouldn't want to have a house like this, because it's like a little bit intense, I never use this furniture. So that's a good thing. It's a good thing to, like, do a house that means that it, means that you can challenge yourself, sort of. So I was trying here, this is the lounge room, and I was fiddling around with trying to do a, like a little TV area, which I think I'd seen, I think Deligracy's done it, and so I was trying that out, but it was not working, because of the counters I chose. They looked really like they were supposed to be in the kitchen. So I have looked this up, and this house costs 83,244 Somalian, so it is an expensive house, especially considering how small it is. But it's because of the furniture in the house. So I'm now doing this bathroom, which is the only bathroom in the house. Oh, and I've popped in that doll's house, which I love that doll's house. I love the doll's houses in this game. Oh yeah, and I've used like really expensive showers and stuff too. So yeah, I wanted the bathroom to look kind of rustic, and I mean, just to sort of match the rest of the house. It's massive. Do I keep it that big? That's an enormous bathroom. Oh, here we are fiddling around. I think I do keep it this big. Yeah, and then there was that awkward space that was sort of part of the lounge room, but it was like 2 squares wide, so it was like, I have no idea what to put there. So I put the doll's house there because I was like, well, when they have their grandkids over, like, that's kind of fun. And yeah, the only problem I had was that corner was really dark, and it was really hard to light without it looking awkward and having like 25 wall lights surrounding the doll's house. So I did a bit of fiddling around there, which I think I cut. Finding a sink. I always find it so hard. I almost never do counters with sinks in the bathrooms because I find it so hard to make the sink match the counter. Like, that's so stressful to me. Also, these bathroom things will probably not be there when you download the house. That soap dispenser particularly, because I've sort of put it in a space where it wasn't supposed to be. Then I was like, oh, now there's no mirror in front of, like, the sink, you know, where a normal mirror is. How are people supposed to brush their teeth? Anyway. Apologies for the freezing. I did not realize how much of it there was in this video. But it's because of, I think it's because of the recording software I was using at the time. And my computer was, you know, not happy with me using it. So, but the software I'm using now, it works a bit better. So that's nice. Putting in the kitchen. I'm having my usual island counter dilemma. Ooh. I like to use, well, I actually don't know that I've ever used it, but I would like to use a, square island counter that's like a solid square, because in real life I've seen kitchens like that. It's just in The Sims, like, to have a kitchen that will fit that in, it has to be an enormous kitchen. So that's a bit tricky. And then I was having this issue with the counters not snapping to the corner, which I know now that if you put it on auto counters, it fixes that issue. I did not know that at the time of building this house, so I'm not sure what I do apart from, like, be really angry at the game. So I use those country style cabinets and counters in the kitchen, and I also use those, I don't know if I use the old stove, but I use that old fridge that you can, like, see in the front of it, and it's, like, to look old. Oh yeah, the stove is the same. The stove's nice. It's got, like, that, it's got, like, wood stacked underneath, like it's a wood fire stove. And no dishwasher, because I built this before dishwashers came out. Yay. But I don't know, I mean, I don't know that they would use a dishwasher anyway. I feel like I can be justified in not putting a dishwasher in this house anyway. It was kind of apart, once I'd gotten over the fact that I was using that old-fashioned furniture, it was quite, like, easy to furnish, because it was quite quick, because the house is really small, like, it's essentially 3 rooms. It was just that front room was, like, kind of, it was an oddly sized space, so it was hard to sort of, I didn't really know what to do with it. It was just kind of there, and so it was sort of, I had to figure out what I wanted to do about that. Just putting in some little accents in the kitchen. Yeah, I'm happy with the kitchen in this house, except not that sink. Do I change the colour of that sink? I don't like that. I hope I change it. Jeez. I don't know that they have a table. Do they have a kitchen table? I don't know. I don't think I had space to put a kitchen table in, so I'm like, oh, they can just eat outside. I don't know. Yep, cookie jar, because, you know, at grandpa's house, there's got to be a cookie jar. Oh, they do have a microwave. That's nice. This was back when I was putting smoke alarms in all the kitchen, even though they do nothing. So, like, in The Sims 3, with the smoke alarm, if it went off, the firemen came. But that doesn't happen in this game. There are no firemen. You just have to put the fire out yourself. So I feel like there's no point I never put the smoke alarm in my kitchens anymore, because why would I? Because it doesn't do anything. Now I've suddenly remembered that I've put basically no artwork on the wall at all in this house. I wish in this game, I guess you kind of can with the cameras, but I remember I don't know, maybe it was The Sims 2 or The Sims 3, there used to be, like, some of the artwork things were sets of photos. So you could put them up on the wall and, like, pretend that they were, I don't know, photos of your family or something. But you don't have that in this game. So, I mean, at least not in build mode, you don't. So now I'm trying to work out this lounge room, because I figured they would have a TV, because, I mean, people tend to have a TV. So I was trying to fit that in, and then I also wanted a fireplace, particularly because I'd put the chimney in, so I was like, I don't want a random chimney and no fireplace. Playing with the rugs, I always struggle with the rugs. Most of my houses end up not having rugs in them because I just can't be bothered, like, searching for hours for a rug that matches. And also you can't size up or down them, so that it's a little bit painful to, like, figure it out. But I sort of decided that this house, because it was like old people that would be living there, everything wouldn't necessarily match. You know, it would be stuff that they'd collected over their long lives. So, you know, and I mean, in real life, you don't sort of, nobody's house is like everything perfectly matches, because you sort of, nobody lives in the same place for a long time, and you move around, and, you know, people give you things, and you buy things, and it's, I mean, anyway. Curtains. So most of the Newcrest houses that I've built, I forgot to put curtains, just because I completely forgot, like, I just didn't remember. Pardon me. But yeah, curtains, I remembered curtain in this house, that was nice of me. Except I couldn't find ones that matched. I think those windows, so the windows I've got on the front are like super nice windows, but they're curved at the top, and so there are no curtains that really match them. Like, any curtain you put over them looks stupid because the curtains are straight at the top. I don't know, I feel like I don't have any windows in my house that are curved at the top, so I don't know what people who do have curved on the top windows do about curtains. Maybe you can get curtains that are curved on the top. I don't know, but, like, it looks kind of dumb. Yeah, I almost never put curtains on my houses because I never remember. I mean, it doesn't really matter in The Sims, but I guess if you want to be, like, real about it. Oh, here are the photos. So that's a photo of the front of the house. I'm really happy with how the garden looks. The garden looks super cool. And I'm also happy, I'm proud of myself for doing that front room despite it being really hard. So here's the kitchen, more of the kitchen. That's the doll's house in the corner of the lounge room. This is the bathroom. So there is only one bathroom in this house, which, I mean, you're only going to have 1 or 2 Sims living in the house, so I don't know why you'd need more than one bathroom anyway. This is their bedroom, which I'm not sure if the video cut that out or not, but I put a desk in the corner of their bedroom. This is the outside. That's like the veranda at the back. And then that's a little seat under the tree. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you would like to see more videos like this. See you next time.